Ignacio Bahamondes.
In a world where only the wildest survive, a young man crossed borders, silenced languages, and emerged with fists like lightning. Ignacio Bahamondes, the boy from Chile, didn't come to try his luck. He came to command respect. While others faded into the noise, he trained in silence, carving his name out of himself blow by blow.
That's it!
His style mesmerizes.
He's not here to make up the numbers.
His power terrifies.
I'm here to be a legend.
Each knockout is an ancestral cry that connects Santiago with the Octagon. They call him the cage, because when he enters, it's the world that becomes enclosed within his brutal art. In every fight, he transforms fear into beauty and technique into impact. How did he go from being an unknown young Chilean to becoming the next emperor of KO? Subscribe before you find out. Ignacio Bahamondes, born in Santiago, Chile in 1997, is much more than a fighter. He's the reflection of a Latin dream that refuses to give up. The son of a South American kickboxing champion, he grew up surrounded by gloves and discipline. At 16, he left his country and moved to Miami alone, speaking no English, determined to conquer the world of combat. His amateur kickboxing career was impeccable, 35-01, and he was soon crowned lightweight champion in the LUX Fight League. In 2020, a brutal KO at Dana White's Contender Series opened the doors to the UFC. Since then, he has racked up spectacular knockouts, such as his spinning kick of Roosevelt Roberts, and technical submissions like the triangle hold on Rongju. His style blends precision, aggression, and creativity. With 11 wins by KO and a takedown defense of 86%. Nicknamed La Jaula, Bahamondes embodies the Latin fire in the Octagon. Each of his fights is an explosive work of art that connects Santiago to the world. His story isn't just about fights, it's about courage, evolution, and legacy. Ignacio Bahamondes made his professional MMA debut in 2015, following a distinguished amateur kickboxing career, facing Craig McAlpine at Island Fights 36. At just 18 years old, Bahamondes entered the ring with a combination of youth, superior reach, and a hunger to showcase his talent. From the start of the first round, Ignacio set the pace. He used his reach to maintain distance, combining long jabs with low kicks that destabilized McAlpine. At 2 minutes 31 seconds, Bahamondes landed a knee followed by a flurry of precise punches that forced the referee to stop the fight via TKO. That moment not only marked his first professional victory, but also made it clear that La Jaula was here to stay. Ignacio didn't stop after his debut. He continued to forge his name in fire and leather, competing in various leagues where each fight was a declaration of power. From the stages of Island Fights, he competed in the CNC promotion, where he faced local rivals and demonstrated his technical and physical mastery. It was there that he won his first professional belt. He would reach the Mexican circuit of LUX Fight League. He faced Javier Tyson Reyes Saucedo at the Lux Fight League 003 event, held on October 5, 2018. From the start of the fight, he used his striking precision to dominate the center of the octagon.
Box time here in Mexico City alongside UFC veteran
feels he's keeping that distance, giving him away. Just punches. Trying to close that distance. Got to work on that footwork.
Ooh, another.
At 2 minutes and 53 seconds into the first round, Bahamondes connected with a body kick followed by a flurry of punches, forcing the referee to stop the fight. It was an explosive victory that marked his official arrival at Elliott and made it clear that La Jaula wasn't coming to compete. He was coming to reign.
The cage. Reyes swings and misses once again. The kick to the midsection. Wow.
Huge punch. That was it.
That devastating performance catapulted him directly onto the radar of matchmakers who knew the Chilean was ready for something bigger. Just 5 months later, at Lux 004, Bahamondes faced Hugo Flores for the vacant lightweight belt. Bahamondes imposed his reach and precision from the first round, keeping the fight on the feet and punishing the Mexican with clean combinations that caused cuts to his eyebrow and nose.
Wow, spinning back kick once again by Bahamondes.
Flores showed courage and resilience, especially in the later rounds, where he attempted to pressure and connect, but the Chilean stood firm, showing no signs of damage.
Right there.
Just barely misses. And that's it.
At the final bell, the judges handed down a unanimous decision in favor of Bahamondes, crowning him the first LUX Fight League lightweight champion. Ignacio La Jaula Bahamondes landed on Dana White's Contender Series radar after building a solid and explosive career on the Latin American and North American circuits. This led to an invitation to Dana White's Contender Series 34, where he faced Edson Gomez on November 4, 2020. Bahamondes used long jabs, low kicks, and knees to the center to keep Gomez at a distance. Although Gomez advanced aggressively, he was unable to connect clearly and was constantly receiving punishment. In the second round, Ignacio increased the pressure. Moving fluidly, he landed clean combinations and maintained control of the pace. At 2 minutes, 31 seconds, he threw a direct front kick to the chin that spectacularly knocked down Gomez.
¡Ándale! Ignacio Bahamondes fue elegido.
The knockout was so impactful that Dana White immediately awarded him a UFC contract, marking the beginning of his career in elite MMA. But he would start off on the wrong foot in the UFC. Glory had to wait. In his UFC debut, Ignacio Bahamondes fell by split decision to veteran John Makdessi. It was a stand-up war without respite or knockdowns, where the young Chilean showed heart. But the result reminded him that even future kings bleed before being crowned. Redemption came with fury and precision. At UFC Vegas 34, he faced Roosevelt Roberts. Bahamondes dominated with his reach, landing spinning kicks, body shots, and combinations that wore down his opponent. Roberts tried to resist, looking for takedowns and the clinch, but the Chilean stood firm, escaping and counter-attacking with precision. And when the clock marked 4:55 of the third round, Bahamondes threw a spinning kick to the chin that instantly knocked Roberts unconscious. A brutal, unexpected knockout that became one of the most shocking of the year. Ignacio not only redeemed himself after his debut, he established himself as a knockout artist.
Benefician al chileno Bahamondes.
¡Ay! ¡50.000, 50.000, 50.000! ¡Dios mío, Dios mío, Dios mío! ¡Qué forma de cerrar una pelea!
On February 26, 2022, Ignacio La Jaula Bahamondes faced Rung Ju at UFC Fight Night. Makhachev versus Green in Las Vegas. From the first round, Bahamondes imposed his reach and pace, landing clean combinations and keeping the fight on the ground. Wrong tried to pressure with takedowns, but the Chilean held firm, defending and countering with precision. In the third round, Wrong scored a takedown, but made a fatal error. Bahamondes trapped his neck and applied a modified guillotine choke, Bravo choke, forcing the Chinese fighter to tap out at 1:40 of the third round. It was Ignacio's second consecutive UFC submission victory. La Jaula doesn't just lock up with strikes, he also chokes with technique. Without needing a knockout, Ignacio La Jaula Bahamondes dominated with surgical precision. At UFC 287, he defeated Trey Ogden by unanimous decision, making it clear that his power lies not only in his strikes, but in his total control of the fight. 3 rounds, 3 judges, 1 truth. La Jaula rules.
Right, and striking at a rate that you would expect from a guy that's been...
The streak stopped, but the fire didn't go out. On August 5th, 2023, Ignacio La Jaula Bahamondes faced Ludovic Klein at UFC Nashville. It was an intense fight, with technical exchanges and moments of pressure from the Slovakian. Although Bahamondes showed heart and resilience, Klein prevailed with greater precision and control, taking the victory by unanimous decision.
Then to Chicago to train with Valley at 17.
Big height advantage.
Boxing champion, layered fighter.
After his loss to Klein, Ignacio Bahamondes didn't give up. He reinvented himself. 8 months of silence, sweat, and evolution led him back to the Octagon at UFC Vegas 90, where he faced Christos Giagos. From the first second, he dominated the Octagon. Center control, clean combinations. Giagos tried to advance, but each attempt was met with technical fire.
Bahamondes struggled with last time. Look at those uppercuts. Yes, see what adjustments they can make. Bahamondes connects flush with the heel. Wow. Needs to take the range away.
Something hurt him.
This could be it. This.
At 3 minutes, 34 seconds into the first round, Ignacio threw a head kick that landed brutally. Giagos went down and the referee stopped the fight. TKO. End of the silence. Beginning of the resurrection.
Stopping him from closing.
Oh my God.
That's as clean as it gets.
Bahamondes received the Performance of the Night bonus and made it clear that his loss to Klein was just a pause, because true warriors don't give up. They reinvent themselves. On September 14th, 2024, at UFC 306 O'Malley vs. Dvalishvili, Bahamondes faced Manuel El Loco Torres on the preliminary card. From the start, Ignacio imposed his range and pace, landing precise jabs and body kicks that destabilized the Mexican. Torres tried to respond with pressure, but Bahamondes caught him with a counter right hand, followed by ground strikes that forced referee Mark Goddard to stop the fight at 4:02 of the first round. His next match would come when Bahamondes faced Jalen Turner on March 8, 2025. At UFC 313, Herrera vs. Ankalaev, held at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. The bout was part of the main card in the lightweight division. From the start, Turner looked to impose pressure with kicks to the body and scored an early takedown.
Once in their careers, how about Turner coming in 54.5 this week? Nice combination by Turner, punctuated with a kick to the body.
However, Bahamondes remained active from his back, connecting with elbows and defending intelligently. At 2 minutes and 29 seconds into the first round, Ignacio caught Turner in a triangle from guard, closing the submission with precision. Turner tried to escape, but the pressure was too much. and he tapped out, forcing referee Mark Smith to stop the fight.
Already lost. Yeah, and Bahamondes getting good instruction. Bahamondes setting up a triangle. That's getting tight.
His last meeting to date would leave a bittersweet taste. The fight between Ignacio "The Cage" Bahamondes and Rafael Fiziev took place on June 21, 2025 at UFC Fight Night. Hill vs. Roundtree held in Baku, Azerbaijan. It was the co-main event and marked a key moment in Bahamondes' career, facing a top 15 ranked fighter in hostile territory. Fiziev was coming off a losing streak while Ignacio arrived with 3 consecutive wins, and the Latin fire ignited. From the first round, both warriors exchanged blows with precision and ferocity.
Sabirle gözlerini çeker.
Çok narahattım. Çok yaxşı görür, birdenbire patlayır.
Bahamondes looked to impose his reach with jabs and spinning kicks, while Fiziev responded with speed and explosive counterpunches.
11 erkek Gürcistan millisinde böyle bir güreşçi var idi. Gösterdi ikinci roundda da Fiziev zərbeden əla yayılır ve gözlüyür daim elle zərbə. Rafael Fiziev rəqibin ayağına girir.
In the second round, Ignacio attempted a guillotine that almost changed the fate, but Fiziev escaped and achieved 2 key takedowns. In the third, Bahamondes pressed, seeking a miracle in the chaos, but Fiziev closed with force. A final takedown and a flurry of ground strikes sealed the decision. Fiziev won by unanimous decision, but Ignacio came out with his head held high. It wasn't a defeat, it was a trial by fire, and La Jaula proved that even against the best, his spirit doesn't break, it sharpens. From his professional debut at 18 to the world's most demanding stages, Ignacio has traveled a path filled with knockouts, belts, defeats that inspire, and victories that excite. He has fought in Mexico, the United States, and Azerbaijan. He has been a champion in CNC and LUX, and a protagonist in the UFC. His style combines the elegance of striking, the cunning of grappling, and the soul of a Latin warrior who never stops evolving. If you'd like to see more of his fights, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on upcoming stories and fights. See you in the next video.